Hi, I'm Jake. I will be showing you how to do problem 20 in the problem set review for chapters 1 through 5. So in this problem, we are given this diagram and told to prove that line ST is congruent to line RV. So I've put in the given information that first, angle NOT is congruent to angle POV. Second, O is a midpoint between points N and P. Therefore, NO will be congruent to OP. And finally, that angle N is congruent to angle P. So those are basically the first 4 steps of this proof. So next we can say that triangle NTO, or triangle NOT, is congruent to triangle POV. We can say this because we already have 2 congruent angles and a congruent side for the 2 triangles. So we can say that their triangles are congruent because of ASA. So now we can say that TO, this line, TO, is congruent to VO, this line, because of the fact that congruent parts of congruent triangles are congruent, CPCTC. Next, we can say that, we want to show that these 2 triangles, SOP, are congruent to NOR, but we don't have enough information to do that yet. First, we want to show that these angles, NOR, are congruent to this angle, SOP. So to do that, we have an angle here, TOV, that is shared by both of those angles. And since the other angles, NOT and POV, are congruent, all we have to do, if we add this shared angle to them, the results have to be congruent. Because if you add a shared angle to 2 already congruent angles, then the final angles have to be congruent. So that's our next step. So next we want to say that we can now say that triangle SOP is congruent to triangle NOR, because we just found out that final angle and can therefore say ASA, angle side angle. So now that we have those 2 triangles congruent, we can say that side OR is congruent to side OS, once again because of CPCTC, congruent parts of congruent triangles are congruent. And finally, we can say that what we're trying to prove here, ST, is congruent to line RV. We can say this because we know that line OR and OS are congruent. We just proved that. And we know that OT and OV are congruent. We proved that a little while ago. So since we're taking the segment OT and OV away from the longer segments, we're left with 2 congruent segments. So that means that ST and RV have to be congruent via the subtraction property. So then we've successfully proven what we were given to prove, that line ST is congruent to line RV. Thank you.